All right, they got the job done, everybody. We asked for a win. By any means, just get the win, and they did that.
Can I ask for more? Can I retroactively ask for a little bit more than the W?
Wait for Sunday. Let's save that for Sunday, because now it does set up a big spot, especially with us getting to
the Fighting Glens.
What else happened around the league in the Eastern Conference that directly impacts the Sixers and their playoff standings that we'll know after the game on Sunday. Welcome to the PHLY Sixers post-game show on a Friday night. It's the they snapped their 3-game losing streak, everybody.
Even Devon is struggling with this one.
But we are presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. Derek, Kyle, Devon, Bree, all of you, thanks so much for hanging out with us on the Friday night. We know that, look, you could be doing anything, but you're still invested in your team, and we know that. And it's frustrating how things have turned out with the Embiid news and all, but you're still invested in your team, and they got the victory as we asked. So later on, we'll get to our pregame picks tracker from Bet365. We'll also check in with the Unsung Hero presented by Togo, and we'll get to the player of the game as well. But Kyle, let's just simply start off with not a lot. It wasn't an inspiring win, but they got the W to position themselves right where we've talked about for the last few games now, and even in the pregame where they needed to get this W. They're at 44-37 now. They are in the mix still with the other teams where nothing is finalized still after tonight, except for Atlanta doing their job and jumping back over the Toronto Raptors. So Sixers, though, doing their job. They got it done. Win is secured.
Yeah, I'll be honest. It's hard for me to be PD positive
after
that game, because watching it, it honestly felt more like the Pacers lost that game than the Sixers won it. And I think what was so striking to me is that, and part of it is because they have two stretch bigs. J. Huff didn't make threes tonight, but they have two guys who they're going to play a clear identity for all 48 minutes between Potter and Huff, spread the floor, drive and kick. And their average shot quality was honestly pretty good for a team that was as talent-strapped as they are. And I felt like Indiana just missed a ton of open looks. The Sixers, of course, were happy to concede corner threes, as they often are. The Pacers were not able to punish that. It just was one of those where I was like, hey, VJ played well. Maxey is still upright and on the floor at the end of the game, although, at
various points he was not.
Yeah, we're going to get into that, I'm sure. It was not a confidence-inspiring win in basically any way. So the good news is that it counts the same in the standings. The even better news is that because Toronto lost tonight, the door is still open on Sunday, and so we'll get to simulcast the mighty Brooklyn Nets against the Toronto Raptors on Sunday, because assuming the Sixers can take care of business, and when you look at stories coming out about the disharmony in the Bucks locker room and Doc Rivers being on a retirement tour where he's pushing back against Shams and sort of Cam Thomas in podcast interviews in his final few days, we expect as Bucks head coach, you should be able to get the win on Sunday without a whole lot of mess or noise or anything else. So that's good. You should be able to take care of your end of business, and then it's just up to the mighty Brooklyn Nets. So I don't have a lot of pleasant and positive things to say other than they won, and that is a meaningful thing, because at the end of it all, if they get one lucky performance from the Nets on Sunday, they still could avoid the play-in. I am not counting on it. I am very much preparing for us to be talking about a play-in matchup, and maybe two, depending on the result of that one, next week. But the important thing tonight is that the door is still open.
Yeah, and look, at the end of the night, you're going to be a game behind the Magic and the Raptors, who are currently tied for 6th and 7th. The Sixers do have the tiebreaker over both of those teams. The Raptors because they have a better division record, and the Magic because the Sixers went 2-1 against them in the regular season. And in the event of a 3-team tie, you also have that tiebreaker. So you are, one Sixers win and losses from the Magic and the Raptors away from avoiding the play-in tournament, which look, I'm not going to say it's a great chance of happening, but it's certainly like it felt like tonight was the one where it was most up in the air. So this is, you're halfway there, which again, given how they played tonight, I'm not sure they necessarily deserve it because I agree with a lot of what Kyle said. It felt a lot more like the Pacers lost the game than the Sixers won it. There were a lot of really clean looks the Sixers gave up, but to the Sixers' credit, they won the rebounding battle, which I feel like we've probably gotten a chance to say that maybe 5 times all season long. They dominated the turnover battle. When you win the possession battle, by that margin, you put yourself in a pretty good spot. Unfortunately, they're shooting cross-eyed for most of the night from the perimeter, especially Tyrese Maxey, who, again, we will get to probably relatively quickly. But on the one hand, that was not a confidence-inspiring win by any stretch of the imagination. It's not confidence-inspiring because of how you play defense. It's not confidence-inspiring because Tyrese Maxey does not look like Tyrese Maxey, especially after the 2 falls that he took. But right now, a win is a win, and I'm going to talk myself into that because you do still have a chance of getting a week off and getting that 6th spot.
No, I think that's just simply the right way to look at it. They got the win. While there were things that you guys both wanted to see in the pregame that I'm sure we'll talk about over the course of this 60 minutes here that we hang out with all of you. But we also agreed at the end that it's just about getting the W, and they got it. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't what you would have expected, even on the second night of a back-to-back for both teams. It was a competitive game, but the Sixers, early on, it was really, really rough because we were wondering, wait a minute, what is going on here? The thing that Kyle was asking about for the Nets on Sunday against the Raptors, we almost thought we were going to see that from the Pacers against the Sixers tonight.
They damn sure kept it close for a lot of tonight.
And they figured it out. They took the lead. Even when it got as close as a 5 there in the fourth quarter, they kept their foot on the gas, and they did just enough. Got a lot of good shots from Indiana where they had their opportunities. They just missed them. And that's the personnel that they had. That's why we thought they would win a little more comfortably there tonight. But they got the win. And with it, now it just simply sets up what Sunday is going to be. Now, all the jokes that we make about Giannis is going to come back and ruin your Sunday and your playoff hopes and all that stuff. You know what? If that's the storyline on Sunday, that he's going to play with his brothers for the first time in his career with 2 brothers on the floor and all that, all right, great. That's great for them. But the Sixers still do have a job to do because the door is still open for them to maybe sneak into the 6th seed based on having to rely on the Nets to come away with a miracle, but also you handling your business against the Bucks on Sunday. So it sets up for the final day of the NBA regular season. We know they're going into some extra games after the regular season. It's just a matter of where they're going to be. And tonight they did what they were supposed to do to secure that win. Now, with it, and we'll get to the standings later and all, Orlando is playing Chicago, as we mentioned in the pregame. With that Toronto loss, depending on what happened, I don't know the tiebreaker situation between Toronto and Orlando, but who knows if Orlando does their part.
If Orlando wins again on Sunday, which Boston is going to have nothing to play for by then that, like, the Sixers will need help from Orlando if they're going to escape the play-in.
So that was my point of it was if Orlando wins, and let's say they do jump into the 6th spot, Toronto drops down. The tiebreaker that we've talked about still goes to the Sixers, right? Because of the divisional matchup.
So they would host the play-in.
You would have 7 instead of 8. So still a lot of things that need to play out that we won't know until Sunday. But you position yourself for this one, and I got to do it. That Miami loss is just going to come back and bite them. We knew it, and we knew it. And Miami just continues to lose these. They beat Washington tonight, but they beat Washington 3 times.
That's the only team they can beat.
And the Sixers and the last 3 weeks. And that's the one that's just going to come back and get them because, Kyle, that extra game, we will be discussing something completely different here today. But it's done. It's over with. They are in position right here because of this win to maybe still have slim chances for the 6th seed, but winning tonight absolutely helps that.
Well, and here's the other part of when you leave it this late and you have to play these meaningful games to avoid the play-in. This is where I pivot into the Tyrese Maxey conversation, right? Where we said before the game, this is one that you should be up 25, 30 points, cruise control. You get the starters out early. You get people rest. In Maxey's case, you take his hand out of harm's way. We'll take all of his whole body out of harm's way, but certainly the hand as he battles that and struggles to shoot from three still, it's something you want to protect and try to make sure that he doesn't damage it as much as you can control that playing on a basketball floor. And so the game is still relatively close, end of the third quarter and throughout the fourth quarter. So Maxey on a long rebound on a J. Huff missed three, very instinctively goes after the loose ball, collides with J. Huff, and extends the right hand, as you would do as a right-handed person playing basketball, and very clearly in pain, goes back to the locker room. Now comes back in the very early portion of the fourth quarter, was able to make some shots, make enough plays for them to win. And you certainly will say he's a tough guy, right? Like, he's going to be out there. But when you hear him talk in the post-game interview on NBC, and he's asked how the hand is feeling, and his response is, it's feeling.
Yeah.
That is not exactly like, oh, man, this is a guy who's in the greatest place in the world, who's ready to go, drop 30 on good defenses and the play-in and the playoffs. This is just something he's going to have to deal with, right? And so he might be able to, through sheer force of will, toughness, and the skill that he still got in there, be able to string together some games. But some of them might look like they did tonight, right? Where he shoots 11 for 28, he's 1 for 10 from three. And on the one hand, you say, credit to him for gutting it out and just, it's an by any means necessary type of performance, right? He gets to the free throw line 10 times. He keeps going to the basket because the three-point shot's not there. And we can sit here and, like, he can take pride in that, right? Like, I still managed to score 32 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Like, that's a credit to him, a testament to his competitiveness and his talent. But you look at it and the way it happened, and you look at the pain that he's clearly in, you hear him talk about what he's dealing with and how he's having to think through it, right? Like, part of the interview, he's saying, I had to try to get up more pull-up jumpers tonight because that's been tough for me, but it's a thing I'm going to need in meaningful games. And the fact that that's a thing that Tyrese has to, like, meaningfully think about, that's an effortless, instinctive, just, I take this every 4 possessions down the floor type of shot for him when he's feeling right. So to me, that's the bigger story coming out of this game than, like, any victory, keeping the 6th seed alive. I don't think he's right, and I don't think he's going to get right. And when you consider that Joel's probably not coming back before the end of the first round, if he comes back at all, it's just so hard to envision a path forward built around this Maxey in this run. It's really, really tough, and it has nothing to do with his heart, his will, his any of that. Like, he's gutting it out. There's only so much gutting it out you can do when it's your shooting hand that is compromising how you play.
Yep. No, I mean, he ended the night shooting, 1 for 10 from three-point range. I give him credit for, the other game, what was it, Spurs game, where he was just looking them off and not even taking them. Like, he took them, but it's not even just that he was missing. Like, he was missing left to right on a lot. And it just does not
airball to step back three.
Yep.
Like, just shots that he misses shots, but he doesn't miss them like he's been missing them lately.
And even some of the floaters and runners, like, even the ones that went in, it just doesn't look like he has complete control over the basketball right now. And then that was even before he then got hit, going for that loose ball. And isn't that how the original injury happened? It was a loose ball, right? And
he ran into it then with like 20 seconds left in the game. Yeah.
And then you add in the fact that he fell on his wrist and his left wrist in the earlier in the game. Was the third quarter? I don't exactly remember what quarter it was. Doesn't matter. Fell in there earlier. Had to go back. It looked like he was really hurting himself there too. It's just he's walking wounded right now. It's not just that he's hurt. It's impacting the way he plays. And with the exception of a game here or there, he just has not looked like the same player. I'd love to think that if by some miracle, and again, the Raptors playing the Nets on the final game of the season, you're going to need a miracle for the Nets to win that game. They have not been playing competitive basketball.
They're losing by double digits to the Bucks right now.
And the Bucks are
who we're treating as basically like, that's a free space on the bingo card.
Bucks are basically an open mutiny right now, and they're winning that game. Yeah, look, I'd love to say like if you somehow luck into that 6th spot or back into that 6th spot, a week off would do him well, but I'm not sure if a week fixes this. It's disheartening.
If this was a situation like last season, he would be on the shelf just like last season because he's not himself. There was a play, it was a sequence where he took a shot on the runner or the floater and it was short. And then he got the rebound and tried to do it again, and it was short again. He got fouled. They called a foul, but that's not what he does when he's that close to the rim on those runners, those floaters, those teardrops. That's not what he does. And then as the play that you guys were talking about, everybody, I said to the guys in Bree here when it happened, well, when they were up 10, this is too close. As Kyle talked about, you wanted a big lead so guys can rest. This is too close, and I don't feel comfortable with this team with not a lead large enough in that third quarter. And then they came back. And they came back in it. And he, as a result, also had to try to make a play where instinctively he goes for that loose ball to try to get a steal, to give them an easy bucket, because we saw how difficult things were in the half-court set for them to really find some points, and then that happens. So we're all talking through it again. You guys are diehard Sixer fans, and you're here because you still have hope for your team, and you're going to need a miracle and some help from the Nets on Sunday. But even if they were to get in, to ask him to put that team on his back in a 7-game series, it's asking a lot because he cannot get a good feel, good grip on the basketball to do the stuff that makes him the all-NBA player that we've talked about all season long. Now, we still have a game to play on Sunday. We still have the play-in or the 7-game series that they may be able to lock in with the 6th seed on Sunday. But it's really going to be asking a lot of him. And we saw it again tonight. So while we're going to talk about the win and some of the other things that played out, Tyrese Maxey, of course, is the player of the game with his point total that he finished with the 32 points, a game high. And there was 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Even think about that. Fingers all messed up, and he's still jumping in there trying to secure rebounds so they can secure their possession and not give up any offensive rebounds to the other teams. And he takes 28 shots with that bad hand to get off that many shots. It's impressive in 38 minutes to do that. And again, we'll talk about the win, but we know that in order for them to do anything in the postseason, he has to be good, and he has
to be great.
He hasn't been able to be great
over
these last few games, especially on this road trip, because I think before the road trip, that's when he had a few games where you're saying, look, the effort is still there. He's taking the shots. We saw in that San Antonio game that Derek mentioned where he wasn't even looking at the basket until the second half when they needed him to do that because the game was still in hand and there was an opportunity. And we saw against Houston, not taking enough shots. And then when he was, it didn't look right until the very end. And tonight, he looked a little better. He looked like he was okay with taking a few, but there were also some where he creates the space, the screen is set. He normally gets in a position, squares his shoulders to take one of those deep threes, and he can't. He just can't. He physically cannot do it to get a good shot off at that point. So that's the tough part. As we watch this, and we'll give you the rest of the teams and everything and where things are as far as the meaning of these games and trying to still get that 6th seed, he is not right. And the only thing, I think we can all come to an agreement at this point, it's the finger. It's just the finger. And he cannot be himself. So, tough one.
Just losing his handle. He's not taking shots that he would normally take. It's when you watch him every single day, like all of us do,
for 6 years.
We've seen this guy play hundreds of games at this point. You know what the version of Tyrese Maxey is that's healthy, feeling good, and confident in like all the different systems coming together, right? This isn't that guy. Now he's, again, you've said it 100 times, Devon. He's not going to make excuses for it. He's going to go out there and play, and he feels a duty to his guys and his team. Like, of course he wants to be out there. Of course he's going to give it everything he has. And he's still, tonight, in this form, granted against a bad team, is scoring 32 points. Because I just throw out efficiency in a game like this. Because when all it was about was you got to get a win.
Yeah.
somebody's going to be the guy taking shots. And I'd rather it be him with 1 4/5 working hands than most other guys on the team.
And we say that a lot, where there's a player on the floor and we're like, I'll take Maxey with one hand tied around his back. Well, guess what? The unfortunate part is it's his good hand. He has the one hand tied around his back, but it's the wrong one.
Yeah.
And they need that hand to be healthy enough for him to be able to play. That scary fall with the wrist, where he's grabbing at the wrist and he stays on the floor for a minute. I'm the walking Rothman billboard here. I broke my wrist by trying to save myself from falling hard to the floor. And what did I do? I messed up my wrist. And now he came back after the finger and the wrist, and he said he's out there. And normally we're like, you're out there, you have to play better. He is compromised.
Yeah.
And he has no one else that really aside from a big Quentin Grimes or a big Kelly Oubre night that can happen. VJ Edgecombe in a playoff situation, we've never seen it. We don't know. And that's the problem. So, I mean, hats off to the guy for going out there, continue to battle the way that he is. We give him a lot of crap when he doesn't play well. You can't ask for much more, especially in a spot like this where they just needed to win. Get those 28 shots off. Get those 8 rebounds, those 5 assists. Take those threes, man.
And if they get that 6th seed, you give them a week off. Off. You can't avoid the hand getting hit in competitive games, right? Because this isn't the first time. I think against the Wizards in that win they had against Washington, got banged up in that game, and that re-aggravates it to some extent. It's going to keep happening. So the best thing that can happen is you get the miracle from both the Nets and then hope that the Magic just lose to Boston on Sunday. You take care of it. You get one last favor, maybe the first ever favor, from Doc Rivers on Sunday as the Bucks lay down, and then you get him some rest, some time away from just getting slapped out there, and it feels better by probably the Saturday opener against the New York Knicks.
Mello asks, when was the last time basically you've seen a big Grimes or Oubre playoff game? Oubre played okay in the Knicks series in his role. He played okay. I mean, you're asking him now to play he has to level up.
An elevated role.
Yeah, but he played okay in that Knicks series 2 years ago when they were in the playoffs against the New York Knicks. All right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, and we'll get to the unsung hero. We'll talk about the unsung hero a little bit in this game because he was all right in this one. We'll discuss so many more. So as always, unsung hero from you in the chat. Who was it? If you have a candidate, let us know in the chat. Hit the like button while you're in there hanging out with us. Like and subscribe to the show. Pass it along to others so they can get ready for a big game on Sunday because you need to beat the Bucks, and so much more next Monday where we will be with you at 3 p.m. There are no games at 3 p.m. next week. If they are in the play-in, that either starts Tuesday for them or Wednesday in the play-in, depending on how the NBA sets up that schedule. So off on Sunday, of course, everybody. We're back at 3 p.m. on Monday for a 3 p.m. show to get ready for previewing a 7-game series in the first round as the 6th seed or getting ready for the play-in tournament against whoever that may be. We're going to take our break. We come back. Don't go anywhere. Unsung hero on the other side on the PHLY Sixers postgame show. Philly fans, you know you cannot leave a game early. Too many experiences, too many heartbreaks, too many bad memories with it all. You can't leave early, right? Because there's a good chance you're just simply going to miss something. But now, thanks to Bet365, our presenting sponsor here on the show, you get the Bet365 early payout offer. Leaving early has never been safer. And if the team that you're going with is up by 10 points at any point in the game, Bet365 will pay you out right there on the spot. That's simple. All you have to do is download the app, use code PHLY365, and especially for new customers, you can jump in and take advantage of their new $10 for $365 game promo. Here's the bet. Bet 10, deposit that 10, bet 10, then you get $365 in the promo available to every single new Bet365 user. Use the code PHLY365. Once again, $10, win or lose, it's all yours in bonus bets because it never hurts to have a little extra cheese.
And guys, next up, we want to tell you about Xfinity, specifically their 5-year price guarantee. Because what if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And it lets you stream the game even when the whole family's online. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. There's no annual contracts, there's no hidden fees, and you get Xfinity's best equipment included. Take it from me, a lot can change in 5 years. Championships are won, records are broken, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi, it should stay reliable, and the price should stay put. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
All right, we're back here on the PHLY Sixers post-game show. 44-37 they are. Let me make sure. 44-37, yes, on the season for your basketball team after tonight's win. And let's see if the last game has finally gone final. And they have. The Orlando Magic have won the game tonight over the Chicago Bulls, so they pick up their victory. They're still in front of the Sixers. They defeated the Chicago Bulls tonight. They blew them out, honestly. Just call that one for what it is, too. 127-103. That one was in hand the entire night. So, with it, they're still in front of the Sixers, but they make things interesting with the 6-7 because of the Raptors loss tonight. Bree has the standings all ready to go. So, Orlando, right now, because of the win, they are one game better than the Sixers, so they stay up front. Toronto loses. They are 45-36. They are a game back of Atlanta. Toronto is. They are now with the Toronto Raptors, Orlando, tied with the identical record of 45-36. The Sixers are 44-37. Hornets now with their loss tonight, 43-38. One game behind the Sixers. So, Derek, the Sixers will be 6, 7, or 8. They can no longer fall to 9 because of the tiebreaker with the Hornets.
Yep.
So they are 6, 7, or 8 based on the results tonight in the NBA. So that's where we are right now. So, Kyle, you were going to say something, though, about when you were looking
as I'm looking into this, I'm not sure that they can win a 3-team tiebreaker with the Raptors and Magic because – division leader is the first. That's not relevant.
Yep.
Better winning percentage among the tied teams. They are, I believe it's 4-3 for both them and the Raptors in the combined games between all. So that doesn't win them a tiebreaker.
But it does win them a tiebreaker. I guess
that separates
over
them
Orlando.
from Orlando.
And then the 2-team tiebreaker goes to division record.
So okay. So these are needlessly confusing reading the explanation for these.
It also doesn't matter because the Raptors are not losing.
The Raptors are not
Nets.
going to lose, so it's not. But I'm like looking through all these different procedures for 3 or more teams tied, and I don't know, man. But it should be a little less complicated.
I guess the only point is, again, if you want them to be at home to host the first game of the play-in, you need Orlando to also beat the Boston Celtics. So, actually, Toronto has the series win over the Magic, 2-1.
Yeah, they're 2-1 and then split with the Sixers. It's just identical.
Yeah. Sixers and Raptors would both be 4-3 against common opponents.
Right. Yep. So, it's just they're 6, 7, 8. They need a lot of help.
I spent too much time looking at these tiebreakers, and I'm tired, and I'm making myself think that there are things that are not there, and vice versa.
And Coleman got us with the 6-7. So yes, I did do the 6-7. Jazz brought it up in the pregame show. I got the 6-7 in there. Everybody, yes, the whole thing with the 6-7.
Devon, we are way too old for that.
Yeah,
I have young kids, not be so I understand what's going on with the whole 6-7 thing. So,
you saying that sentence made you sound like 10 years older.
And to be clear,
I know about the whole 6-7 thing.
You don't understand it. You just know what to do.
I know what to do. Yeah. I know what to do. Yes. So that's what it is. So as you see with the standings, 6, 7, or 8 are still possible for the Sixers. 9 and 10 you no longer have to worry about because Charlotte's loss puts them behind the Sixers as the tiebreaker there. As the head-to-head matchup, you're good to go there. So 6, 7, or 8 are the only options for the Sixers. Let's get to the unsung hero of the night, and that is one Valdez. VJ Edgecombe, 16 points, 9 boards, 5 assists, 3 steals on 50% shooting from the floor. Missed his 2 3-pointers, so he screwed me on the Bet365 picks tracker. We'll get to that a little bit later.
What is that now, 3 and 9?
I'm going the wrong way, man. I'm just going in the wrong
So here's,
direction.
if you want to make money, just bet the opposite of what Devon takes.
There you go. Very simple. Just very simple. VJ Edgecombe, Unsung Hero, presented by Togo, leader in operations outsourcing.
Yeah, I mean, it was another game where he just found multiple ways to impact. Like, he wasn't dominant in any one way outside of hanging in the air for tough layups. That was fun to watch. But he wasn't dominant in any one individual way, but the defense was solid. Not great. He had some moments where I thought he got lost, but the defense was solid. He was hitting the glass, which we know this team desperately needs from your perimeter players. He was getting to his spots on the mid-range. Had a couple of real nice mid-range moves that he just didn't finish. I'd love to see him. He's got a pretty good pump fake down. I'd love to see them take that next step and be able to draw contact when he gets players in the air. Hopefully that comes next year or relatively soon. Made some good passes. Ended up with, 3 steals and a block. So he was baking plays on the defensive side as well. It's just one of those games, like I said, where he just finds multiple different ways to impact the game. Now, if Tyrese is going to be limited the way that it looks like he is limited, you're going to need him to be a little bit more aggressive. Like, I'm glad that Paul George took 19 shots, especially there in the third and fourth quarters. He came alive a little bit after being a little bit invisible in the second. That's great. I'm glad Tyrese continued to be aggressive, even if he couldn't grip a basketball and really impact the game the way we know he could. I need a little more aggressiveness from VJ at times. Even still, I'm really happy with the way he was able to contribute, and I'm happy with the way he's developed over the course of the season.
Yeah, if anything, it was another game where it's just like, I want to see more. Yeah. I want to see you, especially as Maxey is fighting it out there and fighting it on his way to 32 points. But in the third quarter, as he's missing 3 after 3, I'm sitting there thinking, like, when VJ's had the ball in his hands, he has just gone by people. And frankly, he went through some people tonight. There were some real power moves. We kept joking about it during the game about Talon Peter, because I found out the various schools he went to. He played at D2. Was it Arkansas State or something like that, Devon, that their name was the Wonder Boys? And so we just kept laughing about this during the game. Talon Peter looked like he was made of paper mache when VJ Edgecombe was driving at him. And so I thought the key for VJ is that he came into this game and was ready to weaponize the athleticism on both sides of the floor. Very good night as a rebounder, very good night attacking the basket, set guys up as a playmaker. And I think about something often over the last couple of weeks that Tyrese Maxey said, where he said, I don't view him as a rookie anymore. Like, essentially, VJ's had his rookie season. He's played enough games that you've seen every team multiple times. You've gone through whatever people would expect as the rookie wall. And now you're armed with that experience. You're armed with trips to the weight room, your recovery time, the improved diet, like all the things that you learn during an NBA season. And now you got to produce every night. And so coming off of yesterday's game in Houston, where VJ's playing hard and playing deep into that fourth quarter to try to lead that comeback effort, there's a part of you that comes into tonight and you say, I don't know that he's going to have anything left for this game. Like, more than the other guys, Paul George only plays 24 minutes. Maxey didn't play like the first half of that fourth quarter. You're thinking maybe VJ doesn't have it tonight from a physical perspective. I was really happy to see that he did. Even happier to see that he leveraged it on both ends of the floor. So the people in our chat, certainly you two fellas, when I hear you guys say, I just wish there was a little bit more. I wish he was more aggressive. I wish he did this. I agree with you, but I'm still very, very pleased with the version of VJ that they got. And I thought he was certainly one of their best players tonight and one of the main drivers behind that win.
Yep. VJ Edgecombe, our Togo unsung hero of the night, following the Sixers win over the Indiana Pacers. Final score 105-94. Make sure, again, as we always tell you about Togo, fantastic place. If you need some help with certain things, they got you covered. Togo, the leader in operations outsourcing, and let Togo handle the work that gets in the way of your work. You call the plays. We execute at Togo. Second break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about some of the other players that did some solid things in their roles tonight, including one big man where we have to have an extended conversation about the other big man. It's the PHLY Sixers postgame show.
The other big man.
With Derek, Kyle, Bree. I'm Devon. Thanks to all of you. We'll get to your super chats as well. Our Bet365 postgame picks tracker a little bit later. And so much more as we hang out with you on a Saturday night. 6, 7, or 8, still an option for the Sixers. It all comes down to Sunday. We're breaking it down. Don't go anywhere here on the postgame show.
All right, folks, it's Financial Literacy Month, and I've got something that's going to help you off the field. Teaching our kids how to handle their money. If you're a TrueMark Financial member, you've got a fantastic opportunity to help your kids and teens learn to earn, save, and spend wisely with a free Greenlight account. Greenlight isn't just any app. It's a game changer for your kids. Whether they're setting savings goals, learning how to track their spending, or even getting their allowances, it's all right there at their fingertips. And get this, each kid gets their own debit card. That's right, they can make purchases, learn how to budget, and build real-world money skills while you stay in control from your phone. You get peace of mind, and they get the chance to make smart, responsible choices with their money. So if you're looking for a way to teach your kids some financial plays this Financial Literacy Month, I can't recommend this enough. It's like training for life's biggest game. Head over to TrueMark.com/greenlight to get all the details and sign up today. Don't miss the chance to set your kids up for financial success. TrueMark Financial is federally insured by the NCUA and is an equal opportunity lender, NMLS 404938.
If you're a regular viewer or a listener of our show, or any PHLY show for that matter, we want to hear from you. Take a short survey, let us know what you love and how we can be better. You'll have a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. $100 in Amazon can be just about anything. So obviously, if you're a follower of the PHLY Sixers show, then you are someone with great taste, impeccable judgment. So head to allphly.com/survey today to get signed up. And if you're watching us, you can scan the QR code right there on your screen. It takes about 3 minutes, and your feedback will help shape what we do around here. Don't you wish the Sixers were this open to feedback? Maybe they wouldn't need to be giving out appendectomies at the end of the year. Everyone who completes the survey will be entered to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Let your voice be heard. Take the survey today, scan the QR code on the screen, or head to allphly.com/survey. That's allphly.com/survey.
Back here on the PHLY Sixers postgame show, 44-37, still in the 7th seed right now. The 8th seed for the Sixers right now after the win. Charlotte lost tonight. That means you don't have to worry about the 9 or the 10. That's Charlotte and Miami. They're set up for a play. But depending on how things go with the Sixers, which we will talk about certainly, if they are a play-in team, they're going to have to play one of those two if they lose in that first game of the 7-8 matchup. All right, let's talk about Kyle. Bona got the start tonight for Nick Nurse's team in place of Joel Embiid, 19 minutes, 27 seconds. It was almost like he wasn't out there. But when he was, and you noticed it, while he did have 6 rebounds, 5 of which were defensive, which we always ask for, just weren't good minutes. And Andre Drummond, 16 boards, 10 points, had one nice assist that he had, but
had some other passes
that were very interesting. And this is what you're going to get.
Andre had some really interesting runners tonight, too.
Yeah,
Decided to take off the bounce.
Boy, use the glass, Andre. But we knew that they had the Bona minutes all year, and the starts and the plays. He'll give you some flashes, and then he'll pull back again, and he shows you why he's a second round guy. And he's just, even though he's starting, the minutes are not. He's not really just showing you anything with those minutes.
He stunk. You can be a little more.
He was horrible.
Yeah, and I normally say if somebody stinks, but I was trying to.
Here's the most disappointing part about all of it is that Nurse gave him a real chance to just take this job, right? To take certainly the primary backup minutes behind Joel, certainly the starting job, and the bulk of the minutes in the games that Joel doesn't play, because for a while there, Drummond was completely awful, like genuinely unplayably bad. And Adem was trending up. He showed some flashes on offense where, he's hitting drop steps. He's playing composed basketball inside the arc on that end. And then he's avoiding fouls for the most part on defense, which is great. Like we thought we were seeing a version of Edem that, hey, this guy looks like he could be maybe not the every night center, but certainly someone who you can count on in a specialized role, 15 minutes a night, maybe 20 minutes a night, whatever it is. I don't know where that guy has been lately. Like he has been back to the scatterbrained, chasing after plays that he can't get to. Not necessarily tonight, but the bad reach-in fouls in some of these previous games. I think some of it, frankly, could be Nurse has been so quick to say he's not playing well, I'm going to play Andre, that I wonder if that's in his head a little bit, and now he's overthinking it. And things that were just like, I'm just instinctively making these plays. Now it's like you take that extra beat, all of a sudden that allows somebody to score, that allows someone to block your shot on offense or at least alter the shot. But he's been bad, right? And obviously there were some underlying things, like he's never had good hands, and I think that's shown up again recently where that's been a problem. And it creates a big problem for Nurse because Drummond is outplaying him right now. I think it's completely fair to say that. He was the better player tonight, deserved to get more of the minutes. But we've seen the second that they turn to Drummond as like, okay, now you're the starter or you're going to play more minutes, that was when things went downhill for him this year. The real story is that they have not been able to get both of these guys to play well at the same time at almost any point during this season. It's always been one of them. And then if Joel's healthy, hopefully you get Joel and you get solid backup minutes from whoever the other guy is. And I get it, right? Like backup centers, by their very nature, you're not going to get 82 consecutive games of like this guy is just steady as he goes. You don't have to worry about him. You set your watch to him. He's going to give you this, and that in terms of points and rebounds. But it's a real big problem for a team that now is missing Joel because at the very least, you got to get somebody who can give you like 25, 30 competent minutes.
Yep.
Because if you can't get that, then you're asking Barlow or Walker or somebody to play like some gadget small ball. And while I will have asked for that and wanted to see that throughout the year, they haven't even played it enough to know if it can work against a real team. And it'd be really tough to look at Dom Barlow and say, hey, buddy, I know you haven't played center basically all year. Now in this first round matchup against Neemias Keita, who's been one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, or if you got the 6th seed and you play the Knicks, hey, buddy, good luck covering Mitchell Robinson on the glass. Good luck defending 3-point line to the rim against Karl Anthony Towns. Like it's a really unfair ask. So I think this puts them in a real predicament going into the playoffs.
Yeah, it does feel like when Embiid's out and you ask more of Bona, that's when the worst version of Bona comes out. And it's, he's probably trying to do a little bit too much. And with Bona, when he tries to do a little too much, it means he's chasing stuff that he shouldn't chase. It means he's out of position. And for a guy who already has really bad hands, like you can't then be out of position and recover back into the frame and get the rebound. He picks up more fouls. His whole thing is he needs to play more in control and in a weird way, try to do less. You see Andre Drummond, how he barely moves outside of like a 4x4 foot radius?
Little extreme.
I'm not saying do that, but find a happy middle ground. Unfortunately, you don't get that kind of restraint from Edem. And you're right. He did have a couple weeks there where he looked like he was really turning a corner. And you were like, all right, you got Embiid. Hopefully he comes back and he's playing every night. You got Edem. He looks like he's a capable backup center. And he has regressed to, I don't even want to say like last year's version, because at the end of last year, he was playing pretty decent. He's regressed back to first couple months of his rookie year kind of decision-making at the exact worst kind of time, because any matchup you talk about in the first round, first of all, it's not a great matchup for Drummond. Drummond outplayed him. Drummond drove me nuts in this game. He just drove me nuts while also rebounding, which is great, but it's not like he played good defense. He had the runner and floater that we're talking about that was just ugly. He had some passes that were horrible, but he did at least one thing on the court, and Bona didn't. You don't have a good solution against either of the likely matchups in the first round. You don't have anyone that you really trust. you're going to end up picking the one who takes the least off the table or at least plays within the scheme the most. It's probably going to end up being Drummond, and that's a bit of a failure. I'm not even going to say it's a failure on Nick Nurse's part, because quite frankly, he's had a pretty long leash with Edem. Like, he has given him time even when he struggled. Now, he's been forced into it a little bit, but he's still given him some time. Edem just didn't make the most of it, and that is pretty disappointing.
And even if it's the play-in, you're talking about a two-game elimination. And where's Nick Nurse going to go? What has he shown us in the past when it comes to, in a big spot, trusting? Will we trust? We know he trusts veterans over young players. So he'll give Bona maybe the start. And we're talking about big front court, too, against Orlando, where you have those bigs from Carter to Banchero, and then you have Goga coming off the bench there for Orlando. Then if you go to Toronto, Jakob Poeltl. And you know he can be a physical big man for that team. And then coming off the bench, I always say his name wrong, so I'm not even going to try it. But he's going to step away from the basket if he's playing the 5 and shoot. And that's going to be a problem.
And by the way, that is specifically where Edem really struggles. And tonight's a great example. Tonight he's not committing fouls, but he just, like, in theory, Edem has the body, the athletic traits of a guy who should be a switch type guy, that you should be able to use him against lineups like this where the big man, they don't want to give it to Michael Potter on the block. They're not asking Jay Huff to post people up. They're going to spread you out. They're going to play pick and pop. They're going to open up the floor. And Bona's mobile enough that he should be able to thrive in that style. And it feels like when you drag him away from the basket and you're asking him to make multiple reads at a time, right? Like, where's my guy? How do I stay connected to him? Where are the cutters coming from? And he's thinking as a shot blocker, and then he loses his guy. Or then he's so connected to the shooter and the pick and pop target that when he needs to offer help somewhere else, he's not in the right place. And again, this is not to just bury Edem. I agree with Derek. Like, Drummond is a problem on his own, and we went through months of this season waiting for one single Andre Drummond good performance, right? Like, we went a long, long time before he did anything of note after a strong start to the year. So I don't feel good about these guys against any of the potential matchups. Like, didn't bring up Detroit at all earlier. They might have the best guy out of all of them, and Jalen Duren, who is an all-star this year.
And then Paul Reed
will mop you up rebounding. And Paul Reed is a good backup big, good energy big off the bench who knows his role. Well, we'll say mostly knows his role. Sometimes
at least there
he has his b-ball Paul moments, but he has gotten better and improved and is part of a real identity there in Detroit. So whoever these guys are up against, if they make the playoffs, it's going to be real tough.
Not ideal. Final break. On the other side, the Bet365 pregame picks tracker. And we got to get to something that Kyle wanted to bring up.
This is you guys will enjoy this.
This will be a fun one.
I can't wait to see what chat's response is to this.
This will be a fun one, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We come back. Final segment right here on the PHLY Sixers postgame show.
Hey, guys. It's Kyle Neubeck here at PHLY Sports. And got a lot of big projects coming up, I'm sure, right? Maybe heat and humidity. You're worried about them sneaking into the house. Is your air conditioner just not cranking up like it should on those hot days? Don't you worry. Ace Hardware Home Services has got you covered, from air conditioning repairs to water heaters. Maybe you got a plumbing problem. Maybe you got electrical issues. Their trusted local pros bring the same helpful service that you know from Ace, and they bring it right to your home. I've been a homeowner for a few years now, and I cannot tell you how valuable it is to have people who can come in and do all the things that you're either scared to do, too incompetent to do, whatever it might be, whether it's a quick fix or a bigger summer project. They've got the tools, the know-how, and the people to get it done right. Ace Hardware Home Services, bringing helpful to your home. Visit acehardwarehomeservices.com today to get started.
Time to tell you about my favorite place to go, Parks Casino, and the Excite Center at Parks Casino, where you could see the top headlining musical acts or the best comedians right here in your town. That's right. Parx Casino is Pennsylvania's #1 casino and is very close to Philadelphia, located in Bensalem. All you have to do is take the Street Road exit off of I-95 and the PA Turnpike, and boom, you are right there. The Excite Center is the state-of-the-art entertainment venue located inside Parx Casino. Named one of the best places to see comedians or the music headliners that are of your choice to go check out. Or visit parxcasino.com to buy the tickets for all your shows. Visit the beer garden maybe while you pregame there at Parx Casino. Play some pop culture slots, roulette, cards, other table games. I'm sure you'll have a great time while you wait. Bree can attest to it. She's been there as well. Parx Casino, this is how you win. Must be 21 and over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hit the like button. Like and subscribe to the show, everybody. Tell a friend to tell another friend. Pass the word. It's the PHLY Sixers postgame show. We'll be here for whatever postseason games the 76ers have. So spread the word. Let everybody know that we will be here for the duration of that. And whenever the season comes to an end, hopefully in June, in the mid-June. Optimistic. Yes, I know you all are. Derek asked for it. I'm giving it.
Stumble into an alternate universe?
I'm bringing it. No, you're not buying it?
No.
Okay. All right. Not buying it. All right. Let's get to the Bet365 pregame picks tracker presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. Did Bree win tonight? Bree, did you win?
Oh, no.
No. I was like a few points off.
You took off my
zero.
It looks like I'm like 0 for 99 now. There's no context. Put my 1 back, Bree.
I will.
Now Derek wants a loss. He's like, make sure people know I lost in my only ever performance.
All right. I'm what? Is that 3-9 now? 3-9.
Derek has 0 wins on the season? No, I am 0 for 1.
You can say it however you want to say it. It's a 0. I'm 3-9. Bree is 5-6. It's the Bet365 postgame pick tracker presented by Bet365, where winning is everything, except when we make these picks. Soon as we started keeping track, L's, man, L's, just L's. Gotta get the W's back.
As Jared Allen once said, the lights were brighter than expected for Devon Gibbons.
I'm going on a run. I'm going all the way through June.
I put my confidence and my faith in you, and you betray me like this.
I think
Devon.
VJ.
I guess when your record was like that, I guess I probably should have.
Let me see.
I only have myself to blame.
I didn't hit on either.
VJ didn't make a single 3.
He didn't make a single 3, and Jarris Walker had 4 boards. So there you go. There you go, everybody. Bet365.
Bryce Adams said 3-9. Devon, you kind of suck. All in good fun, everybody. That's why we always say gamble responsibly.
Yeah.
Gamble responsibly. That's why Derek said, go the other side on mine.
Hashtag fade Devon.
I'm going to go back and track the other ones before we started keeping
Well, if you're
track.
going to do that, then I'm going to find the ones that I made, too.
Which were none, because you didn't do any.
No, I'm pretty sure I did 1 or 2 earlier in the season.
Early in the year? That's right, you did. Yeah, you did. All right. Bet365, make sure you sign up using code PHLY365. Deposit $10 for new customers, and you will win after you place a $10 bet, $365, win or lose in bonus bets at Bet365. Must be 21 plus, physically located in Pennsylvania. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Just quickly, everybody. Once again, off on Sunday. Off on Saturday.
Now you're 3-10.
Off on Saturday. We're back on Sunday. 6 o'clock tip-off from South Philly between the Sixers and the Bucks. We have a 5:30 pregame here on the PHLY Sixers pregame show. So make sure you hang out with us for pre and post, and we will know everything as the games go final of what the matchup would be for the Sixers, whether they get the 6th seed, 7th, or 8th after the results on Sunday. Monday, 3 p.m. show. We already know that. It's just a matter of will they be playing next weekend or Tuesday or Wednesday for a play-in situation. So make sure you hang with us, spread the word, let everybody know we're here for all your Sixers coverage on the PHLY Sixers podcast. All right, non-Sixers related.
All right, everyone is going to have to step into Kyle's corner for a minute here. This is not at all related to basketball.
Thank God.
I wanted to ask these wonderful colleagues of mine a question on the show today. there was a viral tweet from a former soccer player, I guess retired soccer player, George Chomakov, who asked, and I want chat to weigh in on this too. So gentlemen, Bree, here's the proposition. You either take $100,000 right now, no strings attached. You don't have to do anything for it. Someone just walks up, hands you $100K, and you never have to think about it again. Or you take $5 million, but you have to eat 10 packs of Oreos amounting to 360 Oreos, and those must all be eaten within 24 hours, or you get nothing. So, my question to you, are you taking the $100K, or are you going for broke on the $5 million, trying to eat 15 Oreos an hour for 24 consecutive hours?
So JS says, bruh, eating Oreos is easy. Well, good luck to you.
Yes. Maybe the first, 100 might be easy. 360 is a lot of Oreos.
Look at Price. Give me 3.5 and a bong and I'm done in 2 hours.
I don't like, so here's the thing.
I know where I'm going.
I think the smart money
to.
is on taking $100K because it is hard to conceive how many Oreos 360 Oreos is. There would also have to be some parameters here. Like, so for example, if you puke, are you done for the challenge? Or is it you can't intentionally puke, but if during the process you're able to, unload, so to speak, but it's because your body rejects it, if you can come back from that and finish the challenge, do you still get the $5 million? Like,
also,
those are important things to think about.
And I'd imagine that they'll let you drink milk or whatever you want to drink, right? While you're doing this. So
yes. And by the way, you drink too much milk during this challenge.
You can't.
That ain't going well either. So you really have to limit your liquid intake to save room for
those are sips.
360 Oreos. It's like 19,000 calories for anybody who's keeping track of that at home.
I'm taking the guarantee.
I wonder what the most calories I've ever eaten in a day. It can't be more than like 5,000.
Yeah, I don't count calories.
I don't count calories, but like I just can't imagine that, like, when you do count, like 3,000's a lot. Like, I can't imagine I've ever.
Bree, what's your take here? What are you doing?
I said I would probably, like, if it's not fatal, I said I would probably try because I feel like I would regret not trying. Like, if I know for sure,
that's 100% it. I would regret not trying more than I would regret missing the 100K.
Good for you. That I would not. I'm taking the cash.
That is also where I think I land, because I think there's a pretty slim chance that I'm going to finish those 360 Oreos. But if I took that 100K, and 100K would be a life-changing amount of money to just have out of the clear blue sky, there'd always be that part of me.
Yes.
It would eat away at me. Like, man, I wonder if I could eat 360 Oreos.
It would wreck me. I would think about that for the rest of my life. Whereas if I tried and I failed, like, losing 100K or like 60K after the government's done with you, it wouldn't be great, but like I could move on from that. Missing out on $5 million, no. Like I'd probably end up like trying to go for a really long bike ride, up your metabolism a little bit, try to eat more.
There would be some chemical.
There would definitely be some gummies consumed, but not too much because you don't want to fall asleep because you only got 24 hours to eat this. I would definitely try to get the 360 Oreos. 100%.
1-800-GAMBLER for you guys to take that on. I'm taking the 100K, and I'm feeling pretty darn good about it. And saying that I did not have to worry about that. When I buy my private
island with my Oreo money, you're going to be really sorry that you're still sitting here with your measly 100K.
Can I visit your island? Because I can afford to fly to your island. Maybe
it might be so remote that you have to spend all your money on the flight. I don't know.
Kyle P wants to set up an off-season charity pod where 3 of us try the Oreo challenge, Joey Chestnut style.
But what's the Oreo? It's not the.
Here's the thing.
It's not the layout that Kyle just.
By the way, we're
out.
going to overtime. This is definitely an overtime conversation. So join us at allphly.com. Thank you to our friends on Fast. Conversation continues.
D. Craig says regular or double stuff Oreo.
That's a good point. He's asking the right questions.
It's a superior item. And look, somebody else also asked, is it just a normal chocolate Or can you choose? I'd imagine they let you choose whatever one you want. Maybe.
Well, no. So here's the
golden
thing.
Oreo?
I think no. Well, if it's all one type,
Yeah.
I think you should be allowed to choose.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you should be able to be like, all right, this one's going to be a 1 pack of regular Oreos. Then I switch to golden, because part of the challenge is that you're eating the same thing for 24 hours monotonously. Like,
No, I
that's
can get
part
past
of the
that.
challenge.
If my
can't.
stomach can physically do it and I'm not going to get sick, I don't like you can. I'll eat almost anything for $5 million.
You say that, but I have done some eating challenges in the past, and you would be surprised when you get deep into it how much like a chicken wing, for example,
After a
makes
while.
you want to not have chicken wings in your mouth anymore.
That thinking about the place in frickin' Miami I'm gonna buy with that money, it'll motivate me.
No offense
I'll
to
be okay.
Miami. I'm
Nah,
even a
it
little
was-
bigger
I was
than
just-
Miami.
I don't know about Island though. I think you're underselling how much
Kyle's good with his
inflation
money,
has gone
especially
up.
Yeah.
inflation.
Yeah.
Good with your money. You can find a
Anyway.
good deal. Yeah.
Val, you guys are gonna get sick. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I-
fine.
I think so. I'll be sick with
Sick with
money.
$5
though.
million in my pocket. No, like the rest of my life, I'd be sitting there going, like, man, I could have a huge house paid off for and money to hand down if I wasn't too much of a wuss to eat some freaking cookies. That would kill me.
I don't fold under peer pressure, so call me a wuss if you want. I'm taking 100,000.
I'm not calling anybody a wuss who
Take-
who
I would
decides
call
not to do
myself
it.
a wuss for not
Take it.
trying.
100K. I'm good.
I do think
Now
the
give me a pack of
parameters
Oreos.
are really important. Like if it's you absolutely cannot puke in any way, or it's like no liquids other than milk, and it's a really narrow set of, we would have to have a governing body decide what the rules for this
So
competition.
we got some context here from Mellow 3 Point. He says the record is 205 Oreos in 46 minutes.
Okay,
if
but
you can do
that's an
205,
insane person.
I think you're underselling the motivation level here. If you can do 205 in 46 minutes, give me 24 hours and a gummy and a bike, I'm getting this done. I'm getting this done.
Who did this, by the way? Okay, it was done by Matt
trusting Mellow-
Stoney.
Well, that's a great
And that
name
was
for this
without
time.
milk, by the way. 200 Oreos and
How many?
Okay. First of all, the guy's picture on Google, when you search him, has like 8 hot dogs in his mouth. We are not talking like he's not comparable to one of us just deciding
Well,
we're going to try to do this.
No, but like in 46 minutes, that I feel like in 24 hours, it's also, I just Googled that guy. It's always the skinny guys. How is it always these skinny guys that can win these eating competitions? I don't get it.
Because it's like it's training, like with anything else. Look at Joey Chestnut. He's built for this because that's all he does. I'm just like,
What's this guy? What was his?
Matt Stoney ate 200 Oreos in one sitting. That was the original record. Apparently, that was surpassed by 205 in 46 minutes.
Yeah, because as soon as I pulled this up, and now there's one that says Molly Shire ate 520 Oreos.
How do you
And
become
maybe
a
that wasn't
professional
one
eater
sitting.
without gaining
And
weight?
Someone
I don't
also
get it.
ate
says in one sitting.
61 deep fried Oreos. Now that is despicable. 61 deep fried anything in one sitting, I would have a heart attack.
So
I don't
Ma-
even know how that's possible.
So it says most in one sitting, Molly Shire ate 520 Oreos, which is approximately 13 pounds. Previous high record, Matt Stoney famously ate 200 Oreos with milk. Fastest, Jonathan C. Had the record in 2013.
We're spending a lot of time on Oreo.
Yes.
I mean,
No, but it's a great question.
Yeah.
It is a great question. Fastest was 226. 520 in one sitting? Man, that's certainly not 24 hours. That's just one sitting.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
I have to underline the fact that if you don't do it quickly,
You're cooked.
but you try to do it quickly, you're absolutely done. Because there are two ways to go about it. Either you have to be so committed that it is like I'm just shoveling these in and I'm getting this done in 2 hours, or you have to be as methodical as possible. Because if you hit a wall, there is no coming back from
Has to
the
be
wall.
a strategy.
well, I'll tell you what, chat. If you get $5 million in a GoFundMe, I will try it. I will try it.
I will absolutely try it for $5 million. I don't think I'll complete it, but I will try it.
I'll take the guarantee, 100K, and be happy with that. I appreciate it. Mr. Midrange says,
JS said we'll do it for $100
No,
challenge.
that's
I don't
not.
think so.
I'm not gaining like 5 pounds in an evening for $100.
Mr. Midrange says, I would do the 100K. My stomach is terrible. There you go.
Know yourself and know your stomach. That's an important
It is a good
fact of
question,
life.
though. Like, okay, even if you're not trying to vomit, I feel like there's a chance you're going to vomit anyway. Is that going to disqualify you? Like that
So
would
that's
have to
what
be
I said
something-
earlier. It's like if you induce, you're definitely disqualified. But if you naturally puke, I also think you're probably disqualified. But
See, now
some
that
people
I'm
might
not sure if I
disagree.
can hold down at 360 Oreos. I don't know.
Take the cash. 100K. Just let's have at it.
Devon's the smart one. We're the brave ones. Or the stupid ones, depending on how you want to.
No, you guys
look
are
at
smart
it.
because if you do it and you know you will get close, at least you think you can get close, that's $5 million. You can buy your island, your private island, and pay off your home and all that stuff. I can't do it. I'm taking 100K. I know myself. I'm taking the money and I'm running and I'm happy with it. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm glad we had such a spirited conversation about that. It was one of the rare viral things that was just fun. Like there was no.
Like,
not
would
a
you
lot of,
rather
like, you're a
fight
coward
100
or you're
babies
this.
or?
It was, I enjoyed that a lot, and I thought it was.
What was that one?
Would you rather fight?
the gorilla, the bear? The
Yeah, there's that, and there's something with
Yeah.
babies and tanks too, but I forget exactly the parameters of that.
Oh, it was could 100 men beat, or was it 50 or 100 men? Maybe it was 50 men beat up a gorilla.
One gorilla.
One gorilla.
Okay.
And I was on the side of the gorilla.
I was with you. Yeah.
Yeah,
The first time you see that gorilla
rip
crush
someone's
somebody's
arm
skull
off,
like
yeah.
a cantaloupe, the next guy ain't going in there. You either overwhelm him immediately or you're cooked. Anyway, roll call time.
Yeah. Agavini did ask how many I would, what's my number for a challenge? A pack. I don't know. I have no clue.
Come on.
I don't know. I really don't know. And you guys know I love sweets and
In
I don't
24
know.
hours, you could definitely put, I would say, at least several packs of Oreos.
I could probably do it.
like
Oh, yeah.
100 pretty
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
Now, you would feel like absolute dog shit afterwards.
I feel
but-
like there's a point you would get to like 150 or something. Where you're like, oh, I can definitely do this. Then you get like 200, and you're just done. You can't even.
it's
look at
hard to
an Oreo.
think about exactly how many Oreos that is until you're in the thick of it, I think.
Yeah. So for 24 hours, I don't know. But yeah, more than a pack. I'm just saying that.
Kevin is laughing at you. Light work. I kill a sleeve on an off day.
Now we need to have, now this needs to be an off-season challenge. The
Just need
Oreo
somebody to raise
challenge.
$5 million.
$5 million.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, because the
Perfect,
number
yeah.
has been set now. We're not doing it for any less than $5 million. So have at it. Bree, didn't you
Listen,
have
I would try it for 100K. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that.
yeah.
If that was on the table too. If anybody's offering 100K for me to eat Oreos,
No,
I
Sponsor-
will try.
the number would have to
Sponsored
be
number.
higher if you're giving up a free 100K. But if you just if you do this, you get money and there's no downside. Then yeah, it's much less than $5 million.
All right, Bree, you did also have a poll that you put up.
Yeah.
6, 7, or 8 seed for the Sixers. What were the results?
So majority went 8 seed, 43%, followed by 40% for the 7 seed, and then low 17 for the 6 seed.
I think I'm in the 8 seed voting.
You think Orlando and Toronto are going to win on Sunday?
Yeah. Boston, any version of Boston can beat the
Yeah.
Orlando Magic.
That one's definitely in doubt.
Yeah.
The Toronto game, I'm just treating as they will win that
Yeah.
game.
So I just want to point out, we have actually gained viewers while talking about this topic for the last 15 minutes. If this basketball thing doesn't work out, maybe we just pivot to like Fear Factor or something.
Fear
without
Factor
the-
podcast?
Oh, hell no.
Questionable.
I'm not eating bugs. I'm not laying down in tanks with
Food Challenge
creepy
podcast.
critters.
Food Challenge podcast.
Yeah. If it's Fear Factor without all the
Living-
people eating
yeah.
pig penis or whatever, then maybe we can have a discussion. Some of the stuff on that show was just nasty.
Also, we need a better host.
My bad.
Not than you. I mean, than the Fear Factor host.
Then,
okay.
yeah.
I was going to say.
No,
geez.
I would not. I would
Jeez.
not. I mean,
Well,
one pack of Oreos
okay.
is a little disgraceful, but other than that,
I
you're
would
a pretty
agree
good
with
guy.
you in the sense that if we did a fear factor eating thing, the guy who eats like 7 total things in life probably wouldn't be the best host. of
Now,
that
would the
show.
fear factor also be things that you don't like to, not like bugs, but because you guys know I don't eat eggs.
Yeah.
If there's a challenge
No,
of,
I'm
do
sorry.
I have
If
to
I'm
eat
eating
eggs?
bugs, you have to eat something a little harder than eggs. Like, come on now. But
not
the
gonna
reason I
ask
wasn't
you to eat
considering
bugs.
Devon the host is because he has to participate in this. He's a participant, not a
Val
host.
says, all right, I'm going to bed after that.
Oh, you don't like Kyle's Corner? Come on, Val. Stay here for Kyle's Corner.
All I'm saying is if you watch those old Fear Factor episodes, they were eating some nasty
I used to
nasty
watch
stuff.
those. and
You
it
give me
was-
money, I'll eat
It
just
was a
about
fun
anything.
show until it wasn't. After a while, I was just like, all right, whatever.
It was repetitive.
Remember
for
when
sure.
Chappelle did it? Yeah.
That's what I was saying. And he's eating it with a fork and knife. It was Tyrone Bigum's. It's a delicacy. We got to get out of here.
Tyrone Biggums with the Fear Factor of the Chappelle Show was amazing.
Oh, man. When he was walking across the hot coals with his bunions. Come on, man. Come on. Actually, we could honestly do a PHLY Fear Factor. The main event. Who can put down more eggs, Anthony or Devon? That would be the best theater possible.
How is it that eggs trip you up, though? I don't get it. I can
honestly
see
have
like
no
not
idea.
preferring eggs, but it can't be like a fear factor level thing.
I don't have a fear, and I told you I ate them when I was younger. When I was younger, and I got older, I didn't like them anymore. I have not eaten them since. I do know that they're in. Let's say I get some fried rice and they are in there. I can eat it. I can eat the eggs,
Okay.
but I will not eat a sitting of eggs with my
I
breakfast.
make eggs like 5 days a week.
Yeah,
probably,
definitely
different
like
versions
3
of it.
times for
Yeah.
sure.
I don't know. My mom's in there.
I'm a huge omelet guy.
She's the one that made. They were great. I ate them. I even made sandwiches out of the eggs walking to school. But after a while, I was like, I'm done with these. I'm out.
You
Gone.
and Anthony in an egg eating competition would be a YouTube video for the ages. Just both of you like, oh my God.
And you
Pulling
would
the noses.
probably see me running
Come on.
that way, everybody.
Oh,
that
man.
way. All right, it's time for the world famous. It's the end of Kyle's Corner. It's now time for world famous roll call.
I'm going to have to find some more of these and we can lean into this when the off season comes in like 2 weeks. So thank you everybody for being here and for putting up with our
That's right, Kyle. It's the bonding time
The
because
total
of 6,
nonsense.
7, or 8 seed is on the horizon.
That is true. Thank you to Kyle P. hanging out, a fellow Kyle in the building again. Thank you to Late Night Bando. Thank you to Larry K, Vincent James, Jazz Graham, Edward Chamberlain, JS, Walter Phillips. I believe that's Hung Nin. Good to see you, my friend. Thank
What
you to D. Craig, Bernard McCoy, Brandon from New Jersey,
What up, Brandon?
F. Chillaxing, Mr. James. We got Lee Nguyen, Mom's grandchildren. What's up to Mom?
Lee, what up?
Basketball Joy is in the building. Hello to Basketball Joy.
Not a lot of joy lately.
I was going to say that joy must be coming from other teams and other places, but thank you for being here. Thank you to Price Adams, who was having a real good time with, and by the way, I think pretty, not even low-key, pretty high-key calling Devon a coward for not being willing to step up to the plate
Hey,
with
Price,
the Oreo.
I don't fold under peer pressure, so have at it.
Thank you
I
to
will
Kel
laugh with you.
Noseball, to Mr. Midrange, to
He doesn't
G-May,
fold under peer pressure just when you ask him to eat more than one pack of Oreos.
Mr. Tamoy, Theo, you better love somebody.
Do one during the show. Eat one pack.
Mellow
of Oreos.
3 Point, X-Man, Marcus Blackstock, T. Burrell, AA
T,
Ron,
what
Jada
up?
Jungle, Headfa, Coleman Potts, Igavini, PHLY Guy, Jack Reacher,
Jack, what up?
my girl Nona, WR Ferguson, Arizona Ron. Thank you, everybody,
All the
for
ladies.
being here
Good
tonight.
to see
Thank you
you
to
all.
Jazz 17, Jess in a
Jazzy.
little bit. Jess, hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well on a Friday night. Sunday is a big one. A lot of other big ones around the league as well. As Devon keeps telling y'all, everybody is playing on Sunday. It's going to be a photo finish. We'll see where the Sixers end up. On the way out, guys, please hit the thumbs up button, even if you wouldn't try to eat 360 Oreos in 24 hours. If you made it this far, I need you to weigh in the comments after the video.
Have to.
Would you attempt to eat 360 Oreos for $5 million knowing that you're not going to do that and you'll get 0 instead of 100K. Let us know. Hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notifications each and every time we go live. It all helps out the channel and says thank you to super producer Bree. We'll be back pre-game, post-game, Sunday, Sixers, Bucks. Until then, stay safe. Take care of one another. Goodbye, everybody.
Get the Oreos ready.
We all silly like the mayor.